Well, we made it to the top of Phu Thap Boek. Is that how you say it, my darling? Phu Thap Boek. And we are currently 4,700 feet up, which is about 1,800 meters. And I can tell you, it's amazing, but it's also really quite chilly in the shade. When we started to drive up, it was 34 showing on the car. When we got up to the top of this, about 40 minutes later, it was 24. That's how a 10-degree drop. It's quite incredible up here, and the view. I mean, I'll video it in a minute, but we've got this amazing view from our sort of little hut. We're staying in, what's the name of this resort? No. Ta Doi. Which, and it's basically a load of little huts, but they've all got water pumps underneath them, so the pressure looks quite good. We've got a hot shower, but as I said, you do not need aircon up here. I mean, I'm feeling the chill now, but yeah, just check out this view. So the rooms are 1,000.
3,000 baht. Okay, one night, 1,500. Sorry.
See what I have to live with. So the rooms are 1,500 a night. They are quite basic, but they all seem to be about the same up here. But they're comfortable enough. It's a mattress on the floor, but the mattress is actually softer than the place we stayed at beforehand. And we're up here for 2 nights. I haven't really explored yet, but there's a temple over here. I'm going to take the drone off from here and fly the drone over there. I can't think of a better place to do it. So this will be the highest point I've ever flown the drone. So it's going to be quite cool. So I'm going to try and get the drone up in a bit. But there's sort of grey clouds forming at the moment. So we're not sure if that's going to bring any rain. But it'll be quite cool to get the drone in the clouds as well. So let's see what we can do. I was flying the drone for a minute, and this happened. The clouds came in really, and I mean really quickly, and then the drone started acting odd. The sensors just couldn't cope with the sudden lack of visibility. Yeah, amazing. Well and truly in the clouds. Can't see anything. I wasn't going to do any video recording tonight, so I apologise. I'm on my phone, so the audio might be a bit substandard. But I just had to show you guys this. My wife has ordered some wine. When I say wine, it says blueberry wine, and it's sweet. Now, I'm not really a fan of dessert wines. I like a nice red wine, but this is blueberry wine. There's one problem with this wine. It's blue.
Can I drink?
Oh, yes, please.
Sure.
Cheers.
Sure.
Okay, I'm going to try it. Well, it actually does smell like wine. Oh, Christ. It is a very sweet, very much like a dessert wine.
Oh, really nice. I can't drink it.
Yeah, because you like sweet. This is actually quite nice.
Have color white. You want to
No. It's quite nice. That is actually genuinely quite nice. It's very sweet. I can definitely taste the blueberries in it. But it does kind of taste like wine. It's a dessert wine. But anyway, blue wine on my 40th birthday. There you go. So we were woken up at 7 o'clock this morning with a big pot of warm cotton, which is like a rice soup mixed with bits of minced pork and mushrooms and stuff. Which, bearing in mind, it was very cold last night. Well, I say very cold. If you've been living in Thailand for as long as I have, and it's where we live, it's, you know, the average temperature is about 30 to 33. It got down to about 16 last night with the fog. The fog set in when we went for dinner, and it hasn't really cleared up. I mean, at the moment, it keeps the sort of hillside opposite us keeps appearing and disappearing again. But it's quite cold, and there's a kind of chill mist in the air. We had quite a few rain showers overnight, but we didn't mind being woken up at 7 because just that cotton soup really warmed you up. But you soon get quite cool again. So my wife and I decided to. There's a little sort of village town down the road here, and they sell something called Nam Tau Ho, which is. It sounds like water. I mean, it translates as tofu water, but it's not. It's more like a soybean based water, but they spice it slightly and they sweeten it slightly, and it ends up tasting a bit like a cup of tea, which up here at this time of the day in this kind of weather is really, really nice. And they sell it with kind of like savoury bits of donut dough that they fry, and then they if you want, they'll cut it open and put a tiny bit of condensed milk into it, and you eat that with the Nam Tau Ho, and it really does hit the spot. But anyway, as we can't really go very far because we can't really see the road, I'm going to lay some knowledge on you. Phu Thap Boek is kind of unique because it's not populated by traditional Thai people. It's actually populated by a hill tribe. In 1982, the hill tribes that live up in the north of Thailand, up in the Chiang Mai and Chiang Rai region, some of them came to here and populated this area. And by tradition, they grow and farm stuff. Now they grow cabbages and carrots up here because the climate allows them to do it. But when you sort of look at them, their faces are very different. They almost look Nepalese. Just structurally, the face is different. And it's kind of wonderful to see. The little town down here is almost mainly populated by this tribe, and as you see all the kids, and they're all in traditional wares and clothes, and that's not really for the tourists. They generally wear those clothes, so it's an interesting area to be in. It's kind of weird to believe that literally half an hour, 45-minute drive in that direction, you're back in 33-degree weather and sun. And at the moment, it's not even 18 and foggy, and it reminds me of I spent most of my childhood holidays in the Isle of Man because my grandparents lived there, and I used to go and visit them a lot, and they lived up on a hill. And if you know the Isle of Man well, you know that they get a lot of fog and mist as well, and it's very similar smell and stuff, except here we've got cicadas and stuff. But other than that, the smell of the air and mist and stuff, it reminds me so much of that. I love it up here. I genuinely do. Hopefully later, once the sort of fog's lifted a bit, we're going to try and go and visit one of the food markets and check that out, and see and have a look at the people and try and get some sort of video stuff for that. So yeah, that's going to be good. See you then. Well, we've gone on a bit of an explore and we found this amazing waterfall. Getting down here was a bit fun. Driving the car on a muddy track. Hopefully it's not going to rain, because I don't know if we're going to get back up again. But this place is awesome. Now I've got to get the car Have that. We just drove up this road that you can see here. That's where we went to the waterfall. It was pretty cool. I'm really surprised how well the truck does. But it's a farm here and they grow macadamias, cabbages, there's some grapes growing down there, believe it or not. But this is called the Phetchabun Research Station. And they have a resort here for 2,500 a night as well. Quite nice, clean looking rooms. So she's trying to talk Hmong because they don't actually speak Thai. So go on, try and say hello in...
Gió dùng.
Correct?
พูดเราพูดดิ original
And what's thank you?
thank you พูดว่าอะไรขอบคุณเจ้าอวนเจ้าอวยเจ้าค่ะ
Guo Jiao.
อวยเจ้า
Guo Jiao. Ah.
อวยเจ้า
Well, this is the highest point that you can get to on Phu Thap Boek, and you can see the windy road that we drove up yesterday all the way to the top. That is what you call a view. Vastly different to this morning. It's actually now quite warm, and it's even warmer when you're in the sun. This morning it was bloody freezing. We stopped off at this charming little cafe here, and we met a lovely couple, a man from Belgium, also an IT person who's just subscribed to my channel. So Marcel, if you happen to be watching this, I'm filming this after you left. I hope you had a successful journey on to Chiang Mai. He's driving down to Chiang Mai, or up to Chiang Mai I should say, which is probably another 6 or 7 hours from here. But he's doing it gradually. But me, I'm happy just being here with this kind of view. Just unbelievable. Well, we finally climbed up to the temple that we've been seeing from our bedroom window at the hotel we're staying at. I flew the drone over it yesterday and got some spectacular panoramas and video shot, but we decided to come have a closer look. We have to bring the dog because we don't like leaving him in the room, but with all Thai temples there's lots of dogs around, so we have to keep picking him up because he gets all blairy, especially when he's with mum and dad, because he thinks, oh, we'll protect him because he's a little git. But anyway, it was nice to come up and see the temple. When we left it was clearly visible, but now it's in the clouds, as you can see from sort of the B-roll. Anyway, we're now going to go and visit a kind of rocky outcrop that looks quite spectacular. It's about an hour's drive from here. So we're going to drive over there and have a look, hopefully get the drone up, depending on what the cloud cover is like, because I don't want a repeat of the other day where the drone wouldn't land. Anyway, see you soon. Okay, so this afternoon's been a bit of a disaster. We went to the gates of the national park, and we were expecting to have an argument about the fact that I'm a foreigner. And although I live in Thailand, sometimes I have to pay the dual pricing. I have a Thai driving license, so we were all prepared for that argument. And they told us we couldn't come in because we had the dog, which has annoyed us somewhat because we were looking forward to going out there and getting the drone up and doing some footage there. Then I realised that the ND filter on the Osmo here had fallen off. And I thought, well, the last place I remember it was back at the Tempel. So we've driven all the way back here. And then actually, because it's magnetised, we found it stuck down the side of the thing. So it's been a bit of a disaster. But what we're going to do now is we're going back to the room so I can change my T-shirt because I've been running up and down the hill. And then we're going to go and get a bite to eat and do some vegetable shopping to take back tomorrow. So we're going to film that and film the Hmong people and stuff. So that's where we're going now. Yeah, bit of a disaster this afternoon. Not the greatest afternoon so far, but hopefully it will now get better. So see you in a bit. We just bought this hot milk. There's a lot of cattle up here. In fact, I keep seeing a couple of cows under our hotel. But I asked my wife the other day where's the milk, and here it is. It was boiled. I'm going to taste it now. Oh, that's good. It's really warm. It's quite creamy, very fresh. And they offered to sweeten it, but we said no. It's 30 baht for a cup, which is probably quite expensive actually, but that's about just less than $1 in US money and probably about 80 pence in UK money. But it's really nice though. And I suppose if it was a bit cooler, like it was the other day, this would have been absolutely perfect. I'm trying this purely for research, you understand. It's effectively kind of almost fried toast dipped in condensed milk and chocolate sauce. I won't be eating a lot of this. My wife's going to eat some of this. Apparently this tastes like chocolate. Right, okay, hang on. Tastes like chocolate, yeah? Yeah. They grow avocados up here apparently. We've got an avocado tree in our garden that my wife grew from an avocado that she bought from the supermarket. But we're buying carrots, all sorts of fruit. But not kind of fruit that you find in Thailand. This is sort of fruit that grows up high. Well, we've come to the end of our trip and we're heading home today. I'm a little upset because I'm going to miss this place. I've had the most amazing time. Just some more information for you. So the first hotel we stayed in was 2,500 a night, which is roughly around 65 UK pounds and about $80. This hotel up at Phu Thap Boek, that cost us about 1,500, which is again roughly 40 quid a night. It's slightly more on the expensive side of hotels. There are cheaper places up here available, but we pre-booked partly because we were concerned what times we were getting up here, and I just feel more comfortable when we pre-book stuff, especially when we've got the dog. But that's how much it roughly cost us. We did 6 nights in total. We've only used up half a tank of fuel driving up here, which, considering how much off-roading we've done, has been really surprising. Now, if you are sort of a tourist at here, when they allow you to be a tourist here again, you can get up here by bus. There is a small airport nearby, although it's about an hour and a half from here, so you can fly up here. But in all honesty, you're much better off with a car, and you're much better off with a truck or a 4x4 like we've got, because then you can go exploring far more than you can with a standard car. So it's great that we've had the truck, and I've been so surprised how well it's performed, considering it's a 2-wheel drive, but it does have a locking diff, and that makes all the difference when you're doing off-roading, even in a 2-wheel drive. So yeah, it's been a great, fantastic holiday. I had the time of my life and really enjoyed this holiday. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave comments and subscribe below, and I'll see you in the next one. But for now, bye-bye!